week's Pinball Effects One Ball Challenge. So, as you know, last week we had our One Ball Challenge on Space Station, which is what you guys voted for. Probably the hardest table in the Williams lineup, bar none. And so, doing a One Ball Challenge on an already difficult table, even with 3 balls, is probably like the final boss, right, of all the Williams tables on this game. So we'll talk a little bit about it, and then we'll go into another Barry Oursler table for this week's One Ball Challenge on Hurricane. I didn't put a vote because I think it will be faster if we just go through the rest of the Williams tables, because there's not many left for a One Ball Challenge. I think there's like a handful, 5 maybe, if that. So we're almost done with Williams. We've done a lot of Williams already, and it's been great. It's been great fun just revisiting the Williams with our One Ball Challenge, right? We started with Pinball M tables, if you remember. I think it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre table, and then we went on to do the rest of the Pinball M tables, and then we went back to Pinball Effects to do the Williams. So I think the most interesting thing about Space Station, some of the things that you may find interesting, is that it was an unofficial sequel to Space Shuttle from 1984, also designed by Barry Oursler. So it's an unofficial sequel, and I get these two tables confused a lot. You know, they're the same kind of theme, right? And they're almost called the same thing, Space Station, Space Shuttle. But they're still very different tables. I've never played Space Shuttle in real life, but I had the opportunity to play Space Station at Mustang Sally's last year. I don't know if it's still there. I forgot to check. But when I played, from what I remember, it played just like the version you'll play on Pinball Effects. Very similar, which I didn't expect, right? But one of the things that I think makes a Space Station kind of memorable is what they call there's a term for it that is special. They call it like some kind of global illumination. So this technology happens where the white lights turn green during Multiball. So that was done to sort of enhance the sci-fi aspect of this table, right? So you'll notice that when you play Space Station and you get into that Multiball mode, the lights change a different color to green. And that's actually really cool. That's like, I think something that we take for granted today with a lot of pinball machines, with our technology and lighting, and LEDs and whatnot, right? So back then in '87, that was kind of a new thing, but now it's kind of like the standard in pinball, right? Different modes, you're gonna have different lighting sequences. A track mode has its own. But this, you know that when you get the multi-ball going, you know that green light. And another thing that's pretty cool about Space Station is that it has an extra ball, a timed bonus ball, you could call it. And I think it's 25 seconds, and for 25 seconds, you can, get as many points as you can. And I thought about that. I said, how come more tables don't have something like this? Because a lot of Zaccaria tables have extra bonus balls, timed bonus balls, just like this one. And I'm wondering, why didn't more Williams or Gottlieb tables have something like this? And my thought was, maybe it's because they have extra balls, and that's really, what's the point in having a timed extra ball when you can just offer extra balls, right? But I think a timed bonus ball is kind of like special, because if you look at it from an operating standpoint, with an extra ball, a player could play a lot longer on the machine. But when you have a timed bonus ball, that's only 25 seconds, and you can only do so much, right? So that's something I'd like to find out. Why, Zakaria had a lot of those timed bonus balls, but Williams didn't really use that. I can't even think of another table that uses that. What's interesting too, and probably what you can compare between Space Station and Space Shuttle, is the toy. On Space Station, you have that, that spaceship, right? That shuttle. And then on Space Station, you got that little, I don't know what you can call that, some kind of satellite. It looks more like a satellite. And so there's the same kind of toys, right? You also have something that makes this table hard is that you don't have any return lanes near the slingshots. So you can't really cradle the ball nice. There's no return lanes in between the slingshots. So that's what makes it hard, is that you just have out lanes. You don't have any in lanes. So when you play this table, you'll notice that there's no in lanes to sort of protect the ball from draining. It's all out lanes. Although the left out lane, as you know, has the kickback, which is, a must on this table to have. I think without that kickback, this table is too challenging. And you can relight it, right? But I thought if there was a drain post would have been nice on a table like this. I think when you have a table as difficult as Space Station, adding a drain post mechanic could make things a little more doable. But yeah, just realize when you're playing this table, you have no return lanes. So you have no in lanes, and that's what makes this table a lot more challenging. It also has a pretty cool rail setup. The ball kind of projects from the plunger lane across the playfield, goes up into this mini upper playfield, right? And then you have the rollovers on the bottom. So it's really kind of neat in that way. But a very difficult table, all things considered, even on a 3-ball challenge. Multiball is difficult, right? To get the rescue jackpot, you need to start the multi-ball, lock 3 balls, and then you dock 2 to get the rescue jackpot. So, besides that, this table, for me at least, doesn't seem to have a lot of replay value for me. It's just not a table that I think about playing a lot, because it's just too difficult. And there's not enough variety. It's kind of like you're doing the same thing too much. It's like a stressful kind of table. It's almost like, if you've seen that movie, it feels like, I don't know if this was done intentionally, but it seems like, that movie with Apollo 13, where they're trying to land back on Earth safely, and it just seems like whenever you play this table, you get that you feel like you're on the edge because it's just so difficult, right? So it's not a table that I personally like, but I can see why it's one of the classics. But from a theme point, there's a lot of space theme pinball, so I don't think it really does anything from a theme, but it does some things kind of well. And it's also an alphanumeric table, so it's not a DMD, and it also uses a different CPU chipboard. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's some older Williams chipboard. But that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the 1-ball challenge on it. And let's go over the leaderboard here. So it was a closed tournament, and it was 13 people. So pretty good turnout. And in first place, we had Gapvic with 4,365,000 points. Congratulations to you, Gapvic. That is a crazy score, because I believe if we're looking at the all-time, Gapvic's score would actually be in first. We can look at that now. If we go to tables, Williams Space Station. Look at the leaderboard, all-time one ball, right? He would be in first place, right? So that's a crazy great score. So congratulations to Gatvic. And also a shout out to Jabba the Blade, because Jabba got this score in on the one ball, 3,686,000, which puts him in second. And he did this because he was practicing, which it's highly suggested, right? But really cool to see that Gatvic got 4 million on this table, on a challenging table, and it would have put him in first, right? And so that's the thing I was like kind of saying, is that score should count. This score should count towards the leaderboard all time, right? Even though if it's a tournament, it's the same thing. It's still a one ball, right? And then in second place, we have Urko 1945 with 1,871,000 points. And so Urko came in second on a very difficult table. So congratulations to my friend Urko, the EM guru. In third place, we have, we'll just call him Harry. He has 1,860,000 points. Could be a new person. Welcome to our channel. In fourth place, we have Amused to Death with 1,578,000. That's also a new name that I'm not familiar with, so welcome to the channel if you're new. In fifth place, we have an longtime member, Fabled Scarab 79 with 1,270,000. So really cool to see Fabled Scarab in this list here. Below Fabled Scarab, we have King Balchi 99 with 1 million points. And he had to be just ahead of me, right? He had to beat me. So congratulations to my number one arch nemesis, King Balchi, who proclaims himself the king. I guess he can keep the title since he won it, right? Since he beat me in this tournament. But next tournament, I will be the king. I came in seventh with 845,000. Just couldn't get anything going. I would have liked to break 1 million, though, on a one ball. I think that would have been decent, but I'll take it. Below me is Jabba the Blade with 822,000, who we saw had that number 2 score all time. So even though Jabba didn't do as well in the tournament, he still has that good score on the leaderboard that should be there for a long time. In ninth place, we have my second arch nemesis, Krobs, with 724,000 points. Congratulations to Krobs. Good to see Krobs. I think I've seen him playing Zakaria, so maybe he'll upload some Zakaria videos. We'll see. In 10th place, we have Bad Jack Daniels with 567,000 points. 500,000 points, basically. Below him, we have 11th place UTD 4000 with 489,000. Below UTD, we have Carpy Sun in 12th place with 418,000. And 13th place, we have Geronimo in Game, Little Uniha with 341,000 points. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you for joining in on this tournament. I've been playing a lot of Zakaria lately. I wish that Zakaria had a tournament feature like this. I think that would be awesome for tournaments. If they did that, we could even try that. But they don't have anything like this where you can set up a tournament. I think that's one thing they need to add. But let's go and let's create our tournament on... It's going to be on Hurricane, so I didn't put up a vote. But Hurricane is another Barry Oursler table. And it's a difficult one, but I don't think it's as difficult as, say, Space Station. But for a one ball, I think it will be a little difficult. Unlimited attempts. But we have unlimited attempts, so you can try as much. Public one ball, unlimited. 6 days. Let's look at this code here. It's a long code, but I'll put it in the link and I'll give it a go. So I can play as much as I want because there's no limit.
Hurry, hurry,
Hooray, hooray.
Step right this way.
All right, there we go.
Come on, ugly.
Come on,
I
ugly.
could be sitting here all day.
Here we go. Give me 5 million points. Ooh, clown time. 1 million? Okay, I'll take it. You know, like I think playing Space Station is like it just makes you a better pinball player. Because I think it's easily. Oh my gosh! I jinxed myself. It's easily one of the most difficult tables on Pinball FX. Okay, I'm gonna go one more time here because why not? I don't think I gave it that good of an effort.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right this way.
Oh man.
This way to the egress.
Oh no. No!
Egress.
Well, guys, I'll keep it here, but I hope you guys have fun. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.